Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. All right, so now we gotta drill a hole where this notch is. And we are looking at 130. Okay, 128 thousandths, a number 30 drill bit. That'll get us pretty much where we want to go. That should do it. Yeah, see how it jumps? Let's go over to the other notch. Just about perfect. All right, that should get us pretty much what we want. Now the job is, well, let's take the bits out and go put them away. That way they don't get lost. Now let's take this over all the way to that side and we can take this whole section out. Okay, we got those two roughed out. Come in and do this top section, and I think we can just come in vertically and take it out from that point of view. Okay, so we're set depth-wise. Tighten that up, and so we're going to just come in and go back and forth until we take out that amount of material. Looks like we got about a 5/1000 edge right on that. So we're going to come down 5/1000 and just clean that up. Still a bit of an edge. Take another 5. I'm still feeling an edge, but you know what? I think I'm just going to leave it. And that looks pretty good. So let's just work our way back. Looks good. A little bit high. We'll do 10. Yeah, about 5/1000 I'd say, which is what we had on the center. Okay, it's going to be hard to get in here and scratch that. Well, maybe not. Let's give it a try. I don't want to lose this just in case the glue lets go. That's not going to be enough. We can do this one though. Okay, now that we got a scratch in there, I think I'm going to put a little Dykem in there and then scratch it again. Because of all of the measurements, that is the critical one. All right, let's do this again. Take it off and see what we've got. Oh, we actually need to get these two measurements. They're not critical, but you know, we want to keep it as consistent as possible. Yep, it broke loose. But we've got our scratches. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. So we don't want to get these rough edges off, because once we get it on the plate, we want it to be able to sit flat. All right, it all looks good. So now we're going to take it over to the saw and go ahead and saw this off. Pull the rest of these shapes down. All right, let's go over there. Okay, we're over at the bandsaw, but you know, I want to make sure that we're good and square on this before we start working with this, because if we're not, it's not going to cut straight. We're a little bit off. And does this have an adjustment? Doesn't look like it. Oh, maybe. There's a bit. We might be able to just pound it in. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Now we want to make sure the blade's hitting. It's a little bit off too. Oh wait, just a little bit of weight of my arm changes it. Now it's square. Okay, good. Well, we're not going to put any weight on it. Alright, so now we're just going to kind of nibble away at this thing until it submits. Alright, we got a bit to cut off there, and I think I could do it on the mill better than here. So we're going to take it over there and see what we can do. Okay, so we've got this set at just a slight angle because if you'll notice, this comes in not at a square, but just slightly off. So we'll come in there and see if we can meet up into that corner and go from there. All right, we'll drop it down just a little bit, or bring up the table. Probably the better deal. And let's come down a little further. Okay, so now let's take it up and do the same thing here. That looks pretty good. That's about right. Okay, I think that pretty much gets that one too. So now all we have left, well, we got to come in and do some fine tuning, and that we'll do that with a file. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. Let's go over to the file, or to the... Okay, we just got a couple of little edges to clean up here. The key is keeping the whole thing straight. Okay, we come up with a couple of my fine jeweler files to get into these little interior edges here and see if I can clean those up. Damn, not going to be able to get in there. Well, let's go for another approach. Let's see if we've got a mill bit this size, and we might just go in and just kiss that with the mill. This side looks pretty good. Okay, we got one side. Well, let's get rid of that sharp edge. Much better. Okay, so now we got to cut this side off, and then grind it, and I think we're ready to go. Well, then we got to deburr all 8 of them. So we'll go over and cut this side off and go from there. Okay, well, instead of putting this up against the fence and adjusting the fence over so that it fits, I just put it between 2 clamps, and we're gonna take it real careful and real easy and see how. Okay, one last radius and then some deburring, and wow, we're ready to call the customer. Okay. This is drill 21 and this is drill 20, I believe. We're going to put them back before they get lost. And a little deburr. Alright, well, there's our finished product. We got 8 more to deburr. I don't think this was kind of a fun little project, and it turns out that I quoted it for about half the amount of time that I put into it. But you know how it goes. Sometimes you make a lot of money on a project, and sometimes not so much. This is one of the not so muches, but hey, I'll be able to take my wife out to dinner, and well, it's COVID. What am I talking about? I can't take her out to dinner. I'll buy some fancy food and cook it for her. So hey, this is Nick Collier checking out.